Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you live around the world. Back into the models I went the other day, and I've been having a wee bit of a fiddle. It's an extension of or expansion of a couple of the other videos we have already posted, but this is really getting into the nitty-gritty, and as I've said in the past, this is a niche within a niche within a niche. And, well, it is. We can delve very, very deep, which I tend to have a habit of doing, but at this moment I'm going to talk about the three tabbed hubs that we've already shown in the previous videos. And we'll talk about, it's going to be quite subjective, but I'll talk about the different ones a little bit. Okay, anyway. Doesn't help with that explanation, but we start out here, and this is the tabbed plate version. We'll get to that last. We've got this one here, which is the donut with tabs. In fact, we'll start with there. And the other one is, of course, layered tabs. So we start here, and if I remove the struts, you can see quite a busy little assembly here. I have chosen to do this particular hub because it's the most difficult. Difficult in the sense that it's got 8 struts coming into play here. And of course, we have to consider not only the construction of it in the workshop, but the construction of it or assembly of it out in the field, outside. And this approach does require a little bit of a thought process to go into it for how you assemble it. Otherwise you could get to the position where you can't. That's not quite true, but it's hey, just go with it. So we've got you're putting a lot of trust in me. It's a sequence of events that could have to be thought about, otherwise you might lock yourself out of being able to do it. Anyway, I do go on. The top assembly, shall we, just for the moment, hide? And it makes the rest of it a little bit easier to understand. Very, very, very straightforward. I like this approach. It's nice and I think quite elegant. Good for assembly purposes. Nice and strong. Can be assembled top and bottom. Looks quite neat. A lot of bolts. A little bit of difficulty in creating this round flange. That might be something you want to get cut professionally, or if you have access to a laser, not a laser cutter, but a plasma cutter, you may be happy with the outcome of that. Whatever, but a laser cut would be very nice. But also, we need to be able to do it in the workshop, and I think with the correct tools, it wouldn't be that difficult. So, and there's not that many of them really in the whole dome, so it's doable. 3mm thick, I would suggest would be the lightest you'd want to go. Heavier, better. But heavier we go, the more difficult it would be to fabricate for a general woodworking workshop. If you've got a metal or access to a metalworking workshop or someone that you know, this will be a doddle for them. Right, so we can make all of our tabs absolutely identical. That's a major plus. So of this shape allows them to nest into each other quite well, and well, you only bend them to the degree that they need bent for each individual strut when you come to do it. Simple. Now this is 50mm wide. If you wanted to go narrower, which I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that you could or maybe even should, then so be it. Go narrower. It means that you could nest these in. It's just a little bit tighter. So that's one thing that we've got to think about. I like the idea of making this donut smaller and having these tabs narrower so that they can go inboard a little bit. Same thickness metal, but with a smaller donut, and of course these tabs in further makes it stronger. less chance of bending or flexing the plate. So there's that. A double layer would make it very strong, and even you could have spreaders like a tube between layers. So when things were bolted together, if you went that route, it was going to be very strong. How would you achieve that? Well, a bolt, that you can get the bolts that are threaded all the way down their length. You could push the bolt up through from the bottom, keeping the head nice and neat as seen from underneath, and a nut put on it, a tube slipped over the bolt itself or the bolt and nut, and then it would space it out correctly for all of the other tabs and plates. And then once you tie that all together, it becomes almost a homogeneous, very, very strong assembly. And flexion should be not a consideration to have to worry about. So that's a very good choice. Bit of work to it. Now we go to the tabbed, or the layered tabs. Now this looks a whole lot simpler, and I would suggest is the easiest method for creating the dome in the average woodworking workshop. A bit of 50mm by 3mm steel, you just get it in long lengths, cut it to the required lengths that you have decided upon, drill a hole in it, bend it to the correct angle for the particular strut, insert it into the strut which you've created a slot for, and bolt it together with a strut, tab and strut, and then bolt all of them together with one common bolt. Seems rather simple and very attractive. Now let's just bring in the struts again. And you can see here I'm just showing that they are, the whole assembly has been lowered somewhat, around about 10mm for this particular tab, the highest one, the top one. So about 10mm, leaving the top of the struts unadulterated. Pretty straightforward. This one here is the lowest, so that's around about 39mm, so it's another 29 or so millimeters down. It's not that hard. It wouldn't be that hard to do. Within the drawing program, you would have determined that each of the struts has a specific position for your slots to be created. And after you've done that, you can insert the tabs into the struts, making sure you know which struts are which. Bolt them together and you're ready for assembly. One by one you put them together. Will they go together easily? And I'm going to suggest, don't know. My gut feeling is there might be a couple of points where you need to support a few of the struts until they are semi-self-supported. Just prop it up a little bit and you'll be fine, I'm sure. So, yeah. Would this be better lowered? Yes. In fact, it would be better to be lowered down quite a way, and the tabs would work better in that lowered position, in my opinion. Bolts come up from underneath with the mushroom head, or the coach bolt, carriage bolt, whatever they are, with the round head, up from underneath, and you could socket into the surface here a washer and a nut. So the bolt would go all the way through, making it for a very strong attachment and assembly method. So I like this. Would I build this one? Heck yeah, I'd build any one of the 3 hubs. This one, though, has a potential that you may wish to use in combination with, there's no reason for it, this one. This is my preferred version. It's very neat, and I think very neat. And even though it does have a little bit of a requirement to build, I think is probably the most viable for our workshop, woodworking workshop. Cut with either shears, I suggest no, or a metal cutting bandsaw, preferable, or a metal cutting blade in your jigsaw. Probably what I'll be doing. because I don't have a metal cutting bandsaw. Plasma cutter would be a very viable option, and if you had access to one of those, probably not a bad idea. Sub it out, also not a bad idea. Laser cut, not a bad idea. But the whole thing around making these domes was we need to be able to do it in a woodworking workshop. This I still think is just like a very, very, very hard bit of thin wood, 3mm sheet metal. So I think we've already got the tools available to do this, and therefore is my preference. But when we install them, these, and I've only showed them on top of these struts here because it was simple to draw. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. Simple to draw, but it needs to be placed on the bottom. That is the... Oh, here's a hiccup again. Ah, dearie me. Well, they can go away. But they need to be on the bottom for strength. And that is where the tabbed hub, the layered tabbed, can come in. It may be that we have the layered tabs in combination with this. Maybe. Yeah. Bit resistant to not have a double layer of this, but I can see the advantage of having that layered tabbed hub assembly in combination with this. All honesty, if it's not too onerous to make, hey, let's just go with one of these top and bottom, if it was even necessary. Now, I've shown 40mm wide tabs here. You may wish to go narrower, 30mm. If you go 30mm, you may wish to go a little bit thicker in the steel. The cross-sectional area of the steel will give you an indication of the strength. 50mm wide, 3mm thick. It's going to be pretty stout. 40 by 3, well, a little bit less so. 30 by 3, a lot less. But 30 by 4, all of a sudden jumps up and it's equivalent of what we've got here. 30 by 5, well, it's equivalent of a 50mm piece. I'm only saying about the sectional amount of steel that you'd be considering. Strength-wise, I've got no idea about that. However, as soon as you go past 3mm, I'm going to suggest bending a 4mm or thicker piece of steel becomes a little bit more demanding and would probably require you to have a hydraulic press or bending brake of some description that can do that sort of work. 5mm, pretty flaming thick. Just saying, I won't be even contemplating that. So 3mm is probably the upper end, and if it's not deemed strong enough, well then we'll have to double up a hub top and a hub bottom, so that way I can keep that 3mm workability in my workshop. That still has to be proven as well. So I'm going to develop up this drawing. This is my preference. I've looked at the other ones. They are very, very appealing for different reasons. I'm sticking with this. So any drawings from there on will be mainly, not solely, but mainly built around this particular style of hub and on the bottom. And in the next video, I'm going to show a whole slew of photos touching on all the 3 hubs that we have been talking about and a couple of little variations. There's about, well, in the selection that I just shown before, about 91 photos that we could look at. Last time I tried to show all those and talk about them, it was about 40 minutes worth of yik-yak. And I got the feeling you might not be up for that. Just quite yet. Anyway, I'll end it. I'll go away. And then I'll create the other video and we'll talk about as I said, these hubs in conjunction with those photos. So, with that, I'll bid you goodbye and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye now.